My name is Magdalena Dittmer, and I have a multiple sclerosis diagnosis. I am making this channel to document what I'm learning and what I'm trying to try to heal myself in the hopes that it may help other people either avoid the mistakes I make or try the things that I've tried that have helped me. So I hope this helps somebody out there. Thank you for watching. Sleep, 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 sleep. Probably the number one most critical symptom I have dealt with is sleep problems. If I had to boil it down to one MS issue I have, it would be sleep. Like I don't care as much that I can't walk. I don't care as much that I have to wear diapers, vision problems, everything else I deal with pales in comparison to not being able to sleep. So my sleeping problems have been so bad that I couldn't even speak about them because they would just automatically throw me into a massive anxiety attack. So I just couldn't even talk about it. I've also felt that if I could just sleep, everything else would probably be fine. I would probably be able to heal from MS. So it's like whatever came in and kind of broke my ability to sleep has been kind of the crux of my problems. Now, I haven't figured that all out yet, but I'm going to tell you what I have figured out. So I slept completely fine until I was 21 years old, and I got my wisdom teeth out, and they gave me an infection in my jaw, which I didn't know about. It took me 6 years to figure it out that I had a bone infection in my jaw. So at the time of the wisdom tooth surgery, actually, I got an infection right away. They gave me antibiotics and they told me, you're fine. But it turns out I wasn't. So the antibiotics just got rid of the big swelling I had, but the infection was still in the bone. And that's really what triggered my whole immune freak out and kind of nearly killed me, I would say. And the fact that I didn't know it was there was really bad. I had didn't take care of it until I was 27. So one of the worst symptoms that started happening to me at age 21 is I couldn't sleep. So I would get maybe 3 broken hours a night, waking up every hour at best. And I was in college at the time and I had tons of reading to do, so I was like, fine, if I'm not gonna sleep, I'm gonna sit up and do my homework and just do all the reading I have to do for school, right? Instead of lay here and not sleep, have anxiety. And I ended up losing my vision because of that. So one day my eyes just split and I had double vision and I couldn't focus, I couldn't drive, I couldn't read. And it was terrifying, and it spun me into the worst anxiety time of my life. And I went into the eye doctors and they didn't know why it had happened to me. I had MS, but I didn't know I had MS. I didn't know I had a bone infection. I didn't know I had neurological problems. I didn't know any of that. So they made me some special glasses that didn't do anything for me, really. So how I got out of that double vision problem is for another video. I'll talk about it another time, but I had such a hard time with sleep and I developed kind of a PTSD around it because I did everything everybody said. I turned off all the lights. I went to bed when I was supposed to. I had good sleep hygiene. I even did meditation before going to bed, rubbed my feet with lavender oil. I did everything everybody said, and I would lay there and I was incapable of falling asleep. It was horrible. It's the worst experience ever. I wish it on no one. And it's the one symptom I have that I'm I don't want to live if I can't sleep. Truly, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's a form of torture. So that's what I went through when I was 21 for a number of years. And at that time, the one thing that kind of saved me, right? They put me on sleeping medications, which messed with me in a lot of other ways. But the one thing I did natural that saved me was Epsom salt baths. I got into this program. I'm doing an Epsom salt bath every night. 6 o'clock, I would go get in my bath every night, take a shower, and go to bed by like 8 o'clock, 8 or 9. And that was the only way I could get any sleep. And I had to sleep alone, couldn't sleep with anybody else, couldn't travel, couldn't go stay in a hotel, I had to be in my bed. I couldn't share walls with anyone, so I had to find a living situation that was like a standalone studio where nobody could play music or wake me up or something. So it changed my life, drastically changed my life to not be able to sleep anymore. So it's always been something I've struggled with since age 21. And then, so the Epsom salt baths made my life bearable. I don't know if I really even got deep sleep anymore. I don't think I dreamt anymore. I didn't dream. Something that really helped me was biophoton therapy, which is kind of an obscure practice, but it's a light therapy developed by this guy in Amsterdam that I tried, and it made it so it fixed my sleep at some point. And I actually went to Amsterdam and studied it because I was like, I love this. This helped me. And anyways, that's a whole story for another video. But sleep has been something I have struggled to have, and my whole life basically revolves around it. Like, I've lost relationships because I couldn't sleep with the guy I was dating. I was like, I can't sleep over, I can't sleep in the bed with you. And the guy was like, after 6 months or a year, he was just like, I need you to sleep in my bed with me, otherwise, like, I can't keep dating you, pretty much. So it's been a big thorn in my side. And I have to say that recently, I feel like I've figured it out, which is pretty cool. So sleep hygiene, obviously, right? Don't have like a lot of blue, green light after the sun goes down, right? Use a red light, right? Or just turn your lights off and go to bed 2 hours after the sun goes down, so follow the sun, wake with the sun, and go to bed after the sun goes down. Turn off all the lights in your room, all those indicator lights, and have a dark room, dark curtains if you need it. Not eating too late, right? Stuff like that. Sun exposure, so vitamin D, melatonin make each other's receptors, so it's like getting enough sunshine and vitamin D. Okay, sleeping, melatonin makes the receptors for vitamin D the next day. So you need both of those things to be working. Make sure your vitamin D is good. What other basic things? I think I said don't eat too late, right? That's an obvious sleep hygiene thing. Epsom salt baths, very helpful. So making sure you have magnesium. Magnesium is best absorbed through your skin. So an Epsom salt bath puts the magnesium into your body in a very easy way to get it, right? So if you supplement it in your mouth, it's not absorbed as well, and it might give you diarrhea, let's say, okay, if you take too much. What else? Melatonin can be helpful. It never helped me, but it helps other people. Tryptophan, I really like tryptophan. I like not 5-HTP, I never liked that, but pure tryptophan amino acid. So I took Sleep Optimizer, I still take it, and it's like tryptophan, valerian root, lemon balm, hops, and a tiny bit of melatonin. That I've taken every night because tryptophan is the precursor to melatonin and serotonin, so it's just good for brain health and sleeping and mood. So I really liked Sleep Optimizer by Jarrow. That is one of my mainstay supplements. So that's been like how I've been managing for a long time, just that basic sleep hygiene. And but I still have struggled with sleep. Like I'll go through phases where it's really bad. I'm waking up every 45 minutes. Or maybe I can't fall asleep at all. Ooh, those are the worst nights. And sleeping is important for a lot of reasons, but one reason is that your brain cleans itself. It cleans itself when you sleep, so you really do need that to be happening. So for me, what has been my discovery as of late as of like the last 7 years really, but lately it's really become clear, is that my cortisol levels and my thyroid and my sex hormones really, really matter. So I've gotten them all tested. I've replaced them. I've gone on and off my replacement to kind of see how much I really need it. And I do really need it. So your cortisol levels are supposed to be highest in the morning and lowest at night. Mine were the opposite. I had like no cortisol during the day, and then I would have like some at night when it was time to go to bed. So I would get like a little bit of energy before bed and not be able to sleep. So you want to get your cortisol checked out if you suspect you have that issue. I did. So I did a salivary cortisol test where you spit into these little tubes and test your cortisol throughout the day, and found I had very low cortisol. So cortisol, adrenal insufficiency is what it is called. You can have primary or secondary. Primary is Addison's disease. It means you have damaged adrenal glands. Secondary means your pituitary gland isn't telling your adrenal glands to make cortisol. So I have, I don't know which one I have actually, but I have adrenal insufficiency regardless. I finally got it diagnosed by an endocrinologist finally. But so I take cortisol at sunrise, which is like 6:30 right now, 6:30 a.m. I take it at 11, and I take it at between 2 and 3, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And when I do that, I can sleep at night. So it gives me the high of the cortisol in the day, and then I can sleep at night. I found correcting my thyroid really important. I actually take my thyroid in the middle of the night because I take T3, liothyronine T3, and that is apparently the highest in the middle of the night. So I actually wake up in the night and I take it. And that helps you have higher cortisol in the morning, helps you make enough cortisol in the morning. So that has been just incredible at helping me sleep. Another sleep aid is progesterone. So in a woman's cycle, so your adrenal glands make like 1 milligram of progesterone a day, all of us, men and women. I'm not an expert on men's progesterone. I'm not. I've studied more female issues. So for men out there, I'm sorry, I'm not exactly sure how this would apply to you. But the second half of your cycle, women, the second 2 weeks of your cycle, you make progesterone. Okay, the ovaries make progesterone, and a lot of it. And I use bioidentical hormones. I use creams on the skin, okay, that absorb through your skin. So that helps regulate my menstrual cycle. But I started taking oral progesterone, and it is pretty incredible for the brain. I found that it helps me sleep, it helps my mood, and I just feel like it's healing my brain. So I think oral micronized progesterone can probably, it helps my sleep, so maybe it'll help your sleep. So taking cortisol in a circadian rhythm, T3 in the night, and progesterone, I use both cream and oral. The oral really is what helps my brain the most, I find. So oral micronized progesterone, when you take it and swallow it and digest it, it passes through the liver, and the liver breaks it down into all these metabolites that are very good for your brain. it's helps rebuild the myelin sheath in your brain even. So they say, right? So they say. So I do the cream progesterone, and then I got my doctor to prescribe me 10 milligram capsules of oral micronized progesterone that I take also. So it's not a lot of it, but it seems to be a good amount for me. So I take, because oral progesterone, when it's metabolized, a 10 milligram capsule leaves about 1 milligram of progesterone in my bloodstream. So I'm like, all right, that's like what the adrenal glands make, basically. And then the rest is metabolized and hopefully healing my brain and helping remyelinate my nerves. That's my intent with it. But so I'm very happy to say that I am sleeping, and I am having dreams again for the first time in so long. And now that I'm sleeping, I'm like, all right, there's a chance that I can heal, because if I'm not sleeping, I don't think there's any way I'm going to heal from MS. So I hope this helped somebody who has sleeping problems, because they are the worst. They're the absolute worst. Okay, thank you for watching.